Why is Naruto so strong? How did Sasuke surpass Naruto in 2 episodes? Wait, who died? Itachi deserves more screen time. Why is the 8 Tails so damn cool but the 9 Tails is such an asshole? Welcome to Angry Anime Reviews. I'm your host, Tenstack, and in this series I will be evaluating every major problem within the anime, and then at the end of the video I will be giving it a sin rating. The rating will be from 1 to 5, 1 being not too sinful and you should give it a try, or 5 being so many sins that you shouldn't even bother to watch the show. Also, I will only be covering what I think are the biggest mistakes in Naruto, not every single episode or every single season for that. Before I start the video, I'll give you a spoilers warning, so warning, there will be spoilers. This whole video is practically spoilers, so yeah, just letting you know. Alright, let's get into this show. This useless piece of garbage. Sakura is by far the most useless main character in the entire show. Not only is she useless fighting wise, she complains all day, always underestimates Naruto even after being blown away by his power multiple times, clearly has daddy issues, but worst of all, she's butt ugly. Seriously, can she give us a little action? I mean, for God's sake, our boy Naruto gives us more to look at with this sexy jutsu than Sakura does the entire show. Now, all in all, the reason why Sakura is considered useless is because she's a part of Team 7. Now, looking at Team 7, it's Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. Literally look at the lineup. Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. By the time Shippuden rolls by, Naruto and Sasuke have developed their strength an immense amount, while people like Choji, Shikamaru, Neji, and Rock Lee have not gotten any stronger or developed any new techniques. Who's included with all those ninja? Sakura. As time has passed, Naruto and Sasuke have been getting stronger and stronger, while Sakura is still useless fighting-wise. She was only ever good at knowing things but never displaying them to their full potential. She may have saved Naruto and Sasuke once or twice, but she didn't really save them. She lost every single fight and was only able to hold off till help came. So you can argue that in the beginning she wasn't all that useless, but for the majority of the entire anime, she always was behind and really only holding back Naruto and Sasuke. And I mean, for God's sake, she literally tried deceiving Naruto into thinking she was in love with him just to stop him from looking for Sasuke. That's a straight thought. You don't do that.
I love you.
Now, we all know as the viewer that Naruto was always challenged as a child due to being hated by the entire village for having the beast that almost destroyed their home inside of him. Whatever, big whoop. But it's not enough of an excuse to have him act like a 5-year-old for almost the entire anime. It literally takes Naruto hundreds of episodes to mature at all. In fact, we don't really see a sense of growth in his maturity until Shippuden, which is already 220 episodes into the show. This feels to the viewer like a lack of character development. While yes, in these 220 episodes he greatly increases his power and how strong he is, we don't get to see him mature. Instead, we have the same bratty, rule-breaking kid that always says the same quote.
Believe it! Believe it! Believe it! So believe it! 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 Believe it!
To anyone that doubts him, he always goes off on a rant on why he's fighting when he wants to become stronger. Naruto also seems to never really think about a situation in the anime for very long. He quickly decides what he wants to do in hopes of what he's actually going to do. He never really hopes after all, he just for some reason knows the outcome of the situation will be in his favor. And to be honest, although Naruto is an amazing show, the viewer always pretty much knows how the situation is going to be carried out. Naruto would get angry, fight till he's almost dead. Villain asks Naruto why he won't just give up. Naruto takes 1/4 of the episode explaining to the villain that he will never give up. Yes, it may be badass the first couple times, seeing Naruto rage and say he'll become the Hokage one day and then somehow end up beating the far stronger villain, but if you watch Naruto, you know how many people get in his way, and you know he explains himself every single time, and this adds up. Screen Rant even said this was a problem in Naruto. A quote from them is, "An argument can be made that it would have taken some of the suspense away from the story. However, the possibilities of him maturing faster would have also opened up more doors regarding stronger and more meaningful storylines throughout the stories." As someone who's watched Naruto 3 times over, I couldn't agree more. Don't get me wrong, Naruto is a complete badass! And is my second favorite character in the anime, but he has a major flaw, and that was simply his maturity. This is a huge problem I always had with the show. I feel like I don't even need to explain myself for this. The title says enough. Why is Naruto hated despite his father being a hero to the entire village? Yes, we understand that Naruto has the beast that almost destroyed the village inside of him, but it was his father who put it there. Let me explain. So basically there are 9-tailed beasts in the Naruto world. Each beast, depending on their order, has a certain amount of tails. There is the 1 tail, the 2 tails, the 3 tails, the 4 tails, etc., all the way up till the 9 tails. Each tail basically determines how strong the beast is. But anyways, one day the 9 tails makes it to the Leaf Village, which is Naruto's home village, and starts destroying everything. Naruto's father, Minato, who is also the 4th Hokage, sees that in order to save the village, he must seal the 9 tails inside Naruto, which basically means that the tailed beast is in a prison inside Naruto's body. Because of this, Naruto's father had to give his life along with Naruto's mother, Rin. Knowing this, why would anybody look down upon Naruto for what happened? Like seriously, everyone in the village knows what happened. It's complete BS that the village's reason to hate Naruto is that the beast inside him almost destroyed everything. If it wasn't for Naruto, the beast would have never been sealed in the first place because Minato wouldn't have had a body to seal it inside of. Naruto's the very reason the village wasn't completely destroyed, so saying the villagers' reason to hate Naruto is because of the beast makes no sense and should not have been a part of the story. I know that Naruto being hated in a sense encouraged him more to become stronger, but in reality, positiveness also causes people to excel in everything. Naruto never really received that until later on into the show when he met Jiraiya, the only guy that really related to Naruto and really believed in him. But that just leads to a completely different argument on why the series would kill off the most beloved character in the show, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into it.
It's finished. I guess this is the end of the tale of Jiraiya the Gallant.
And here comes the finale. And hold on, because this is going to be a long one. We all knew this was coming sooner or later. Why? Why? Why wasn't Itachi in the show more? Itachi is debatably the most badass character in the entire show. I'm not kidding you when I say Itachi is like The Rock met Bruce Willis and had a threesome with Jason Statham. If that happened, the outcome would be Itachi. From strength to personality, he was the best character in the show. He was highly anticipated due to Sasuke always talking about how much he wanted to find him and kill him. And then when we finally met him, I mean, it was a little bit of a disappointment because, of course, he is the strongest character in Naruto, and we saw him whoop and diss Sasuke, causing Jiraiya having to step in and save the day. No. But as the show progressed, we saw him more, and as the viewer really fell in love with the character. I mean, for God's sake, the man became the captain of the Anbu Black Ops at age 13, which is the group of people who protect the Hokage, which, if you watch Naruto, you know the Hokage is the highest status person in the show, which is why Naruto always screams out,
"Till the day that I become Hokage, whatever happens, There's no way I'm gonna die!
But that's besides the point. Just looking at Itachi's background, the viewer can already sense that he is the strongest ninja to currently live. Itachi, along with Sasuke and many other characters in the show, are part of a clan called the Uchiha. The Uchiha clan had always been seen as a dangerous one, and the Uchiha had had enough of the village treating them lesser and had planned to start a war. Itachi knew about what his people planned, and as a loyal ninja of the village, he ended up telling the leaders of the Konoha. He then shortly after was told to kill his entire clan. Itachi's good friend Shisui had a plan to just put everyone in the clan under a genjutsu and then forcing them to believe that starting a war was a bad idea, but we all know that really didn't sit well with some people. This ended up leaving Itachi having to kill his entire clan, even his own parents, but for some reason left his younger brother Sasuke alive. Just look at that f***ing backstory. We can already tell Itachi is a badass, a man willing to kill his entire clan, the only people he ever loved, in order to not start a war. And he did it all by himself? At the age of 13? Holy mother of Naruto, that is insane, bro. Just think about it. Oh, and here's another thing. He then joined the Akatsuki. At the time, 9 ninja who were considered criminals and also some of the strongest ninja in the world. So why didn't Itachi get more screen time? Why was it mostly explaining why Sasuke hated him and end up fighting a couple times until Itachi died? The only reason Itachi died too was because he had already been dying before fighting Sasuke in the first place. He was plagued with a terminal disease that caused him to grow weaker and weaker. He had only been keeping himself alive in order to die to Sasuke's hands so that the Uchiha honor could be restored. But in reality, why couldn't Sasuke find out Itachi had to kill the Uchiha before Itachi had died? Why did Itachi even have a disease in the first place? Yes, it was said that if Itachi never would have died, he was so strong that he could have killed Madara, who comes the main bad guy of the entire show, in one fight. But that's just so badass. Maybe he should have just been a little less, strong and kept him alive, at least till the very end? If you've seen the very end of the anime, imagine how badass it would have been if he was in the videotapes of Naruto's wedding, wishing him and Hinata a happy wedding. By the way, Naruto and Hinata get married. Man, I'm gonna cry just because I remember Jiraiya didn't get to wish Naruto a happy wedding because he died too. Stupid. All in all, Itachi should have not died. Maybe in the last couple episodes of the entire anime, but having to introduce such an amazing character and then killing him off is a reason why it pains me to watch Naruto over and over again, even with my friends, because of the disappointments that never needed to happen. All in all, Naruto is an amazing anime. Yes, I was pretty harsh on some of the flaws the show contains, but to be honest, they do have so many things right that the flaws don't pop out as much as I make them seem. Like I said, I've watched the show 3 times over, and every single time I know I'm rewatching possibly the best anime that has ever existed. Yes, there are some flaws, but they aren't enough for me to not watch the anime again. I love the show, I love the characters, and all in all, there's something about Naruto that makes you feel like you relate to the show in one way or another, which always made me want to keep watching. My Sin review is 1 out of 5. Watch Naruto and see for yourself what you think is wrong with the show. And since I think it's a 1 out of 5, don't be afraid to let me know what you think was good about the show, and if you thought I was wrong on some of the points I made. I'd love to hear what you think. And I mean, I'd like to see someone come up with something that is possibly worse than Itachi not getting enough screen time. And if anybody could come up with something that's worse than that, I swear to God I'll lend you $100 right now. Also, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to see more content just like this. Also, if you don't like what I had to say at all and love arguing, make sure to subscribe so that you can argue with me in the comments of every single episode of this series I put out. I'm 10Stack and I'll catch you guys in the next Angry Anime Reviews. Peace out.